one MLB and one WNBA player prop here on Friday, August 11th. It is Flex Friday over on PrizePicks. Before I get started, link in the description below. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, 100% deposit match by using the link or using promo code TUFF. We also have the WAP link in the description below to join the premium Discord here, $9.30 per month. We got myself posting all the plays here that I'm making on PrizePicks, as well as some other cappers in the Discord that post all of their plays. Again, ton of fun, we're growing the community. Obviously the main server of the Discord is still free. The premium Discord, we have almost 85 members in there as well, as we just started this about a week ago. But nonetheless, check out the link in the description below. Again, not a gambling expert, not financial advice, simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to that, make your own player prop decisions here. But let's get right into it. One MLB, one WNBA. We have a pretty massive slate on both sports today. But let's get into it. The first play is going to be a pitcher fantasy score prop, and I'm looking at Blake Snell over 32.5. He has a matchup versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we just take a look at some other pitchers, right? Lance Lynn's at 41.5, Luis Castillo's over 37.5, Corbin Burns at 37.5, Verlander's at 34.5, Luzardo's at 33.5. So like Blake Snell being at 32, he's I would say in the top three, maybe the top two as far as players that have a chance to win the NL Cy Young this season. Really over the last, I want to say since June, he's been pretty much somewhat unhittable. We can see here over in 3 of his last 5 starts over versus Texas, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. 2 misses came, I think, at Toronto and versus the Dodgers. Obviously, a tough out versus the Dodgers. Still finished with 30 fantasy score in that matchup. But let's get into this. We take a look at Blake Snell's fantasy score game log this season, right? If we just go back to like May 31st, right, he's gone over this line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of his last 13 starts. He's gone over this line. 11 of his last 13, like literally his 2 misses come in his last five against the Dodgers with 30, and then 24 against the Toronto Blue Jays at Toronto, which is a tough matchup, right? He had 7 walks in that game. That's the only thing that's concerning with Blake Snell is those walks. But obviously he is going to throw 100 plus pitches in a matchup, and this is just one of those matchups where Arizona is right above the San Diego Padres in the standings, and this is a big series. I think if the Diamondbacks win this series, like it really puts a damper in the Padres' chances to get back in that wild card picture here. But he has yet to face the Diamondbacks this season, which is kind of weird, being them being division rivals. But we take even a look at this like on the road, right? This is a road game, I believe, for Blake Snell. And you can see here, I mean, since May 31st, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his last 6 games on the road, he's gone over this line. It's a little bit too low here for Blake Snell. We look at some odds over on Outlier. Again, there's a link at the top of the description below to sign up for Outlier. You get a 7-day free trial by using the link at the top of the description. In my opinion, the best research tool in sports betting. But over on Outlier, he's on minus 150 on DraftKings to go under 2.5 earned runs, right? And just the last 10, he really hasn't gone over 2.5 earned runs in a long time, right? Over his last 20, he's gone over 17 of his last 20 games. He's gone under 2.5 earned runs. Head to head, you can see how he's kind of performed against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And in his career, right, he's obviously pitched really well against the Diamondbacks. Let's just take a look at this, right? In his last 2 starts with the San Diego Padres, 49 fantasy and 49 fantasy. In most recent start last season, at Arizona, 49 fantasy, went 7 innings, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. And just recently, like the Arizona Diamondbacks have not been able to hit in general, but specifically versus left-handers. So like versus left-handers since July 11th. So over the last month, Arizona has the 4th lowest batting average, as well as the 5th lowest WRC, and then just ISO, just not hitting, 2nd lowest ISO, OPS right here, 6th lowest OPS. So just not being able to hit the ball in general. If we just move this as a whole, just against in general, both sides of the plate, Arizona 5th lowest OPS, WRC plus, right, which might you consider like one of the key stats as far as how a team's offense is doing, the 5th lowest WRC plus in baseball over the last month. So they've been struggling as an offense. We just saw Julio Urias go for 43 fantasy just the other day at Arizona. He went 6 innings, only struck out 5, gave up no earned runs, gave up 4 hits. But just even like, we just take a look since June 14th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different starting left-handed pitchers have cleared this line of 40 fantasy. Brandon Williamson had 40, Steven Matz had 40, Reed Detmers had 49, and Ranger Suarez had 46 here. So it's a great matchup. I think just in general, we look at some starting pitchers, fantasy score game log versus the Diamondbacks. Bobby Miller just had 34 last night. Kenta Maeda had 46 the other night. Logan Webb had 34. Luis Castillo had 39. So it is a good matchup for Blake Snell. I think the odds, him being, what is this, minus 150 on DraftKings to go under 2.5 earned runs. I think this does have a chance to bump up to 33 as well at some point. So I'm taking Blake Snell over 32.5 pitcher fantasy score as the first play. Second play is going to be a WNBA prop. First half, it's going to be a PRA, and I'm looking at Chelsea Gray over 13.5 PRA in the first half. You take a look at her last 5. She's cleared the side in 5 of her last 5 games, and specifically without Candace Parker. Right, Candace Parker's been out. Obviously, they don't play the same position, but it's a starter that is a big part of their team, has been out, and Chelsea Gray has really been picking up the slack in that regard. We take a look at Chelsea Gray. This is a home game for the Las Vegas Aces. We take a look at Chelsea Gray splits. At home, she averages 16.3 points compared to 13.7 on the road. All of her stats go up at home. She's a much better player at home. Not that she's horrible on the road, but she averages 3 more points per game at home, more rebounds, more assists, shoots the ball at a better field goal percentage. Just overall, I mean, 3-point percentage goes up 9.5%. Plays much better at home, and it just really is a great matchup. We take a look at the Washington Mystics versus guards this season. Second most points per game to guards. They give up the most assists to guards as well as the most rebounds to guards. So literally second most points, most assists, most rebounds to guards. The Washington Mystics give up. We take a look at Chelsea Gray specifically. This is over her last 5 games in the first half. In the first half, over Chelsea Gray's last 5 games, she's averaging 17 minutes in the first half, 11 points. 3.4 assists, so 14.4 PRA plus another 2.8. So she's averaging around 17.3 or 17.4 PRA in the first half over her last 5 games. She gets an absolute elite matchup. Let's just see if she's actually faced Washington this season. I'm not sure if they've played each other. It doesn't look like they've played each other, which is pretty weird, but it's a great matchup for Chelsea Gray, averaging 17 plus fantasy PRA in the first half. No Candace Parker in this matchup, and I'm taking first half because this is a 17.5. Vegas are 17.5 point favorites in this game, so could be a blowout. We know how Vegas plays at home, but 13.5 in the first half for Chelsea Gray. She's going to play 18 plus minutes, 17 plus minutes at least in this game. I'm taking the over on this one. So here are the 2 YouTube plays. Again, all the links in the description below. You guys could come join us in the premium Discord. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.